Coming to you from the Black Swan Media Studios, this is Fireside Chats, talking to the real difference makers in the world. Now, here is your host, John Crump.
What is up, everyone? The Washington Capitals just lost, so I'm not in a good mood, but that's fine. Hopefully, you really need to be pulled, and then you need to put on Simpson off. But if you don't follow hockey, it's a gun show. So yes, I know. I see Rich out there. What's up, Rich? How you doing? I'm sure other people will be joining soon. I just want to do a little shout out here to Defender Coffee. Defender Coffee makes some of the greatest coffee in the world, and also they are a new partner for Gun Owners of America. Yes, they are fighting the good fight for gun rights. And so if you don't have any Defender coffee, go ahead and pick them up. It is great coffee if I drink coffee, but I don't. But I'm sure it's great if you drink coffee. All right, I am also going to plug my Patreon really fast and my PayPal. So if you want to support the work I do, you can go to patreon.com/John Crump, or you can always go to paypal.me/JohnCC. That's paypal.me/JohnCC. It's like a super chat, but without YouTube getting involved. All right, tonight I am joined by a man that I've known for quite a while now, a couple of years. He started reading my articles, and we started communicating back and forth. I checked out his not his pictures, his guns, even though I don't own one.
We got to work on that.
Yeah, I got to work on that. My birthday's coming up, but my wife won't. She won't buy me any gun-related stuff for my birthday, so it's not in the budget quite yet.
I guess you probably have a lot already.
Yeah, it is my next gun when I get it. But he is Gary Ramey from Honor Defense. Honor Defense makes really cool pistols. I mean, I've been shooting it for a while. And I got some questions for Gary, but let me say hi to him first. Gary, how are you doing tonight?
I'm fine, John. Thank you very much for having us on tonight. We appreciate it.
No problem at all. Let's see who's out there. John Voorhees is also out there. Hey, John, how you doing? Happy birthday, John. John Voorhees turns 30 today. Wow. I wish I was 30.
Me too. I'm going to make sure we're sharing this on our Facebook page.
Okay.
Make sure my phone is operating here.
Yeah, you go right ahead and do that. We had a little bit of technical difficulties. That's why we're a little bit late coming on. I see Todd from the Facebook chat room over there. Hi, Todd. Let me first say a really cool thing about your pistols, and I play around with it a lot, and it reminds me of going to buy a car, right? If you go to buy a car and you check out the website, you can build all the different features on the car, and you can basically customize it the way you like it.
Right.
If you look at the Honor Defense, you guys do the same thing, don't you?
Yeah, we really did. We have, matter of fact, we had a contest on Facebook. Oh, I don't know, 6 months ago. People trying to guess how many variations of the pistol are there, and there was at the time there was over 900 variations between different slide lengths, slide colors, combined with the grips, combined with a safety, without a safety, different sights, straight back strap, curved back strap, laser, you name it. At one point we had over 900, but it really boils down to probably the top 25 are the most popular.
Yeah. Right here, that is the hotness.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm just saying, mine is exactly that way. That's mine. The blue with the red, white, and blue flag.
Yeah, you got to put the tritium sights on there as well. But yeah,
I didn't. But you know what? We offer them at a real hot price. We don't.
$40 is cheap for tritium sights.
Yeah.
But yeah, so your pistols start at $299, and they go up from there. And depending on how you customize it, it could be more like a Cerakoted slide, like the one I have right here. That adds about $125 onto it.
Right. Yeah.
And
And, obviously because we'll do them, 15, 25 at a time. But we don't do that Cerakote ourselves. We have that done on the outside by Pittsburgh Cerakote, who's frankly, I think they're the best in the business or among the best. There's some awfully good ones, but we use them. And if you were just to send them something, that'd be about 140, 150 bucks for them to do a single one off for you. So we've chosen their best designs and we just have them do those.
yeah, it's very patriotic. I gotta say,
No, thank you.
with the whole
I got to
thing.
tell you a funny story, John. When I called him and I said, "Hey, we'd like to do something red, white, and blue flag on the slide," he goes, "I invented the flag in Cerakote." He's a very funny guy, Chris Mihaly. But they do great work. They also make ARs up there. So they're kind of a combo shop.
That's pretty cool. I get a lot of my stuff Cerakoted, and it can get pricey depending on what you want to do, like multiple colors and stuff like that. So $125 for a red, red, and blue flag like that, because you're looking at that. That's red, white, then you have the blue, and that can get pricey because every time you add a color, you add more to the cost.
Yeah, just another layer. And you know what? I didn't really understand what was so expensive about them in the beginning. But they've got to receive that slide. They've got to clean that slide. They've got to make sure that they've got to put on 4 different coats, bake it, make sure it's right, wrap it, and ship it back. There's a lot of craftsmanship and artisan work. They got to make the template, to do each one of those too. So it is. I wish I had that kind of skill, to be honest with you. I would love to do that, but I'm not. I don't have that kind of skill, unfortunately.
Yeah, it's really cool when you find a good Cerakote shop. Like I use critical coating, and what I'll do, I'll just take a gun and drop it off and say, "Surprise me." A critical coating, they're really good. They have a long wait list though.
Yeah, all bad.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're like
good
the
ones
top.
are hard to find, and they're
Yeah,
worth it a penny.
yeah, they're one of the top in the country. So they get uh, firearms from all over the country, but they do excellent work. So I don't even tell them what to do. I just drop the gun off and say, "Surprise me,"
Yeah, there you
and just give me the bill at the end.
go. And don't tell your spouse.
Yeah, yeah, I haven't been working out too well lately.
Yeah, mine. My spouse is great. She won't let me sell a gun.
No, really?
Yeah, she says no, we're not getting rid of anything.
No, oh, she
You
needs to talk to
like
my
that? You gotta love that.
Yeah, I mean that's cool. That's cool. What is your most popular design?
It's really that red, white, and blue flag with either a gray grip or the blue grip has turned out to be as popular. Although we just rolled out to Sportsman's Warehouse. Um, we've got a gray Betsy Ross flag, kind of a gray and white. We call it winter white, 1776 winter white, Betsy Ross flag with a gray grip. And that just rolled out to Sportsman's Warehouse over the
Wow.
last 3 to 4 weeks. So we're real excited about that. They're a great chain retailer.
Yeah, they are. I've used them quite a bit. One of the questions I do have, how is it being the little guy? Because you guys aren't like little, but you're not Glock. How is it being like the little guy and the
I
fireman?
had dark hair when we started. That's what it's like.
Oh
I'm
wow.
20 and now I look like I'm 90. It is hard. It's a struggle. And the real reason why nobody thought President Trump was going to win this election. I mean, let's be honest. Nobody thought he was going to win. So all the big firearm companies went ahead and loaded up the distributors and the dealers with product, getting ready for the day after the election rush. And when that didn't happen, our good friends at Smith and Wesson dumped a lot of product on the market. They kept producing. You'll see Ruger refer to that. Ruger cut back on production. Smith poured on the gas and loaded it up. And you see it in shield pricing in the market. So if you're a dealer, I mean, we've got a pretty good sense of self-actualization, we're a small, young brand. And, Shield is a good basic gun. I'm not criticizing at all. And we've seen it as low as $199 at Palmetto State Armory. So a dealer can say, well, I can spend $199 to, $225 or whatever for a Shield, or I can buy yours for $299, $325, $349, whatever model they pick up. And they'll say, look, we know you're better. We like your gun better. We know you're 100%. We know they're not. We know you have all the features. They don't have them. We know you're more accurate. They don't have it. But consumers are buying on price right now. It's kind of a price game. So we started to chase them down that hole. And then we realized we're not going to sell one more gun and we can't compete financially. So we're just, we're kind of staying true to who we are. 100% American, all the features, every gun assembled by a veteran. And, doing the best we can. But it's tough. Hudson Guns went out for a lot of reasons. But, a lot of the young gun companies have really struggled. So it's been very tough on us.
Yeah, I bet it has. And I know from the market that it isn't exactly the most friendly of markets. Gun companies really don't look out for each other. Let's say that. I'm not going to put any words in your mouth, but from my experience, gun companies don't look out for each other at all.
Kind of friendly barracudas. When times are good and things are fine, everybody gets along. But other than that, we fight like cats and dogs to get the business. I want to give props to one gun company that they go out of their way to help everybody, and that's Bond Arms. If you ever get a chance to meet Gordon Bond, he is one of the true gentlemen of this industry. And I have seen him go out of his way, not only to help us, but to help other gun companies and introduce them to media folks and others. So, Gordon is a true gentleman.
Yeah, Bond Arms, they're pretty good. I mean, I like them. They make some interesting guns.
They do. And that new Rowdy that they've come out with is just on fire. Just on fire.
Yeah.
So, yeah, they're doing pretty well. And you know what? We do know each other in the industry. All the manufacturers, or most of the manufacturers, know each other. So, I'll say we've got a good relationship with SIG. Chris Kalloy from Ruger is a great guy. The Ruger folks are great. SIG folks are great. We work hard to try and get along with everybody, but it's when it comes to competing for that dealer, that customer, that distributor, it's every man for themselves.
Yeah. So when did Honor Defense start?
I hope no one from Beretta is watching this, but it really became an idea when I was working at Beretta. We were launching the Nano, which is a chassis system, and yeah, it has never reached much popularity, but it's a great little gun for what it is. But when we were launching that, SIG at the time had a chassis system, and they were selling, I think, 2 different calibers with one gun, and it was just, you got one big kit for like $1,200, $1,500. Something price wise was prohibiting it from becoming popular. And I just kept thinking, why aren't they pushing that back into the supply chain? Using a chassis system and developing it that way, and then having a lot of different grips and things like that the customer could buy. And I just, at night, I just kept noodling with it and came up with a business plan for it. And then after Beretta, started talking to anyone that would listen to me about, hey, I've got this idea for a gun company. And, finally, one group said, yeah, we'd like to do that. Let's give it a whirl. So, we got started with it and have learned a lot along the way, and it hasn't been easy, but it's been 4 years now. We're still here.
Oh, well, that's good. A lot of companies come in fast and they burn out. Look at like Hudson, for example.
Yeah, and it's we use a lot of the same suppliers as Hudson, and so we had a chance to follow them. They really launched SHOT Show 2017, and we launched at SHOT Show 2016. And I went to Cy Hudson as they were launching, and I said, "Hey, we're really you guys, but a year older. If we can help with anything, please let us know." And they kind of hit the market. Frankly, it seems like it's a great gun, but they hit the market just as it was tanking. So that was tough to overcome, and it was a $1,000 gun, just as all the big gun companies were discounting. So I think if they had launched a year earlier or 2 years earlier, they'd probably still be with us.
Yeah, Matt Death Cowboy wants to know, is your ammo reloads?
No, no, nay, nay. It's a great question, though. No, our ammo is not reloads. It is made by Centerfire. If you're familiar with the old Marcus Luttrell Team Never Quit Ammunition, we really picked up that production when they decided to exit the business. I became familiar with it, and frankly, really became a believer. The more I learned about it, it is a compressed copper, and it's available hollow point that's drilled or in a ball range ammo. But no, it is fresh brass, compressed copper tin, reduced ricochet. It's been approved by the Texas Commission on Law Enforcement. We just did a big range day down in Florida with the Florida Guardians program. It's really designed for crowded environments because of its reduced ricochet properties, but it is extremely lethal and effective in soft tissue. The whole front half just comes apart as the soft tissue enters the hollow point area. And then the rear half continues on and passes all the FBI protocols except for windshields. And that's so it's not good for shooting through windshields. I frankly can't imagine the situation where I'd be doing that, but police have to be prepared for everything. So it's not a duty ammo, but it is great for the school marshal programs, Florida Guardians, hospitals. If a range requires non-lead ammo or frangible, you want to shoot steel, it's perfect.
Yeah, shooting through windshields, I've done that. It's like no ammo is really good at shooting through windshields because if you've never shot through windshields, what happens is you shoot and it goes wherever. I was shooting in Hornady Critical Duty through a windshield and it went everywhere.
Right. Yeah, I can't imagine wanting to do that. And you have these great beer debates at the bar with folks, and they'll say, "Well, what if you're kidnapping your kids?" And I said, "Well, I don't think I'd want to shoot through it. I wouldn't want to mentally because you're right. I'm not sure where that bullet's going, and I wouldn't want to hurt. Take out a tire or do whatever you can. But shooting through a windshield it's a risky proposition."
Yeah, when I shot through the windshield, it went at like a 45-degree angle, and then I shot again, and it went at like a 30-degree angle in the other direction.
Yeah.
And what I learned from that is don't shoot through windshields.
Right.
You
Yeah.
don't.
Right.
'Cause
Exactly.
you're not gonna hit what you're aiming at, and you probably end up hitting someone else.
Yeah. It's a great ammo, and there's a lot of ranges that use that projectile under another brand. Gunsight uses it under another brand. The company that makes this product, Centerfire, provides the projectiles for just about every brand you can think of. If it's frangible, they probably made it.
Yeah. Rick says they would bring his kids back if they kidnapped them.
Very quickly.
Now, your company employs a lot of veterans.
Yeah, you got to be a veteran. It's we've got really two principles or rules that we live by. One is to touch the guns, work on the guns. You've got to be a veteran. And then also all materials, parts, and vendors it's 100% American. And that's it's not a criticism of the other companies, but here's what happens. And I think it's disingenuous, quite frankly, but a lot of companies, they'll stand there with a tear in their eye, put the flag on the box, and they'll tell you they buy everything in America. We buy everything in the USA, and really what they're doing is they're going to Indomim USA, who's outsourcing it to India. And again, I'm not criticizing the quality. That's fine if that's what you want to do, but just be upfront about it. So
Yeah.
we're we don't even have our tooling made in China. That's all done. Everything's done in the U.S. by USA owned companies. It's just we think it's the right thing to do.
Yeah, I'm big into watches, and you learn there's a difference between like Swiss made and they have Swiss made in different stages. But they have like well, some of the parts come from Switzerland, but it's assembled somewhere else. So you have to be very careful in the watch world
Yeah.
about that. Um, so it's the same with the gun world,
You have
where
you have one of those guns that you get in New York and the R part of the R falls off and it says Polex, or have you got one of those?
no, no, I get the real deal.
That's
It's
it.
one of my other passions in life.
Oh, good for you.
Yeah, watches. I have tons of watches. Uh, Tissot is my favorite brand, and Luminux. Depending on like if it's a dress watch, it has to be a Tissot. If it's like I'm gonna go out into a range or something, it's gonna be a Luminox. If not a G Shock. G Shocks are great, but this is not watch talk. This is gun talk.
There we go.
Yeah. What's the deal with you and VCDL right now?
Well, um, I don't know why more gun companies haven't done this. And we watched what happened in Virginia, and of course, Shot Show was the next day, and we're all talking about Virginia and what's going on,
I was
and
there.
yeah, I saw that. I saw that, and I felt bad. I was on my way out to Shot Show, and frankly, there's a couple of articles afterwards, and I was sitting there at my desk, and I just said, people need to do something to help, VCDL. What can we do? And I thought, oh, screw it. I sent them an email and said, hey, how about if we offer Virginia residents a 5% discount online, and then we'll also, for every purchase, send you 5%. And they wrote back at me. They said, gosh, we'd really appreciate it. And so we whipped together a press release together very quickly and sent it out. But it was funny, John, because afterwards I thought, why aren't more companies doing this?
Yeah.
Not we're not we're small. We'll get a little bit of you know information out there and some money to them, but I wish Smith and Wesson and Ruger and Sig and some of these other big companies would step up and say, we're going to stand for the Second Amendment.
Yeah. You guys done it. You did it. Matt Death Cowboy wants to know: does the 5% discount for Virginia residents apply to ammo?
It does, and it's for the design your own gun. Frankly, we're just about out of ammo, unless he wants 45 and 40. We're out of 9 entirely, and I think somebody just out on 10. So we're waiting for more to get in. So no, this was more on the design your own gun.
Yeah. Uh, you guys have done that, and PSA also has done that with their Virginia AR lore. I'm not sure if you saw that or not.
No, I don't. I'm not a follower of Palmetto State Armory.
Yeah, Palmetto. They did a Virginia Pacific AR lore, and they donated some money to VCDL. So I mean, it's picking up. X Tech has always been a supporter of GOA, where they give $1 for like every magazine they sell to GOA, which is nice.
Yeah, great.
So yeah, I mean, I do wish more companies would get involved like that. It
Yeah.
seems like a lot more are getting involved like that. In fact, we just lost GOA. We just launched a partnership program
Oh, good.
where we got some companies coming on board as well.
Well, please include us on that. We'd love to learn more and help any way we can.
Yeah, Rick says that you have some great options on the design your own gun,
Thank you, Rick.
which is kind of cool. But I really appreciate what you guys are doing with the 5% discount.
Well,
And
thank you. It's and I like talking about other gun companies too. SIG does a lot of work between for HAVA, the Helping American Veterans Afield. Tom Taylor over at SIG is I think the president, chairman of that group. So they're always doing things to help veterans. Um, but I don't think Americans quite realize that our Second Amendment rights have never been under more attack than they are right now.
Oh yeah.
This is unprecedented. I think a lot of people have gone, um, just gone idle on it because of maybe it's Supreme Court Justice Kavanaugh or having Trump in office, and they don't realize the threats at the state level. Even here in Georgia, Georgia gun owners, is trying to make people aware we've got a problem, and Governor Kemp hasn't followed through on not one of his gun promises yet. And
I'll give him a call.
please do, yeah. Everybody who's listening, please do that.
I have a cell phone number. Maybe I should give that out and have everyone give him a call.
Oh, do you really have it?
Yeah.
Yeah, give him a buzz. We're looking for some of that leadership here in Georgia. I've made an appeal to our county commissioners in Hall County, and I just got we're looking at it. There's nothing we can do, and it's just political talk, and we need support.
Well, you know what? What you can do if you need some help is you can go to Gun Owners Action /SASO, and it actually teaches you how to get a Second Amendment sanctuary passed.
Okay.
Yeah, let me just adjust that. Yeah. So, and it also has a copy of a sample resolution.
Oh, really?
Yes, like a
Oh, that's
sample
beautiful.
ordinance, and how to petition to get it done. Where I live at in Virginia, every board meeting, even in like Fairfax, is packed with people now.
Yeah.
Just
That's
speaking
great.
of program stuff, 96% of the state is a Second Amendment sanctuary. So
That's fabulous. And yet it looks like Northam is going to pursue those anti-gun policies.
a lot. One of the ones that looks like it is maybe, well, not out of the woods, but better than what we thought is the assault weapons ban, which has the magazine ban, suppressor ban, magazine limitation, and all that bad stuff. The Senate version dropped, and the House version only has one person supporting it and has no co-sponsors now. And it did not get sent to committee yet. So we got to keep on fighting. If we can get to February 11th without it being introduced, I will start breathing a little bit of a more calm. I won't be, because we're not out of the woods, because I can always do something weird before the end of the session in March.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot harder for them to do. So everyone out there, we need to call and everything else. I have my friend Ed, who is not a gun owner, doesn't own a gun, won't fire a gun, won't touch a gun, wants nothing to do with them. And he was at the Capitol in Richmond today, lobbying and handing out like fact sheets and stuff.
Good.
Because he knows once they get the Second Amendment, they're going to start coming for the other amendments.
Absolutely. I really think, and we put this on Facebook and LinkedIn and Instagram and others, I think Virginia is going to be, it's the crossroads state for our rights. I truly believe that. And if the government continues down the path they're heading and Virginia loses their rights, I think there's going to be a lot of states that follow. And I think that's going to be an issue for America.
That's why I got my Boogaloo shirt hanging up right there.
Oh, there you go.
Throw on my Hawaiian shirt and get ready for the Boogaloo. Yeah, I do agree that Virginia is at a crossroads, all right, and it's a testing ground for Bloomberg. Is what it is. If you look at all the all the people who ran on anti-gun platforms, and you look at who gave them money, it's Bloomberg. And when the pressure was on the Democrats to drop some of the silly draconian laws, who shows up in Richmond? Bloomberg.
Right. Yeah.
It's scary, man. He bought a state.
Yeah, he did. He did. Well, and we've got Stacey Abrams down in Georgia.
No, she's
And
crazy.
yeah, and she's
She still thinks she still probably should think she's the governor.
she has not conceded the race yet, I don't believe. So
Yeah,
but it's interesting. I don't think Governor Kemp is winning many fans with the appointment of Senator Loeffler instead of Doug Collins.
oh, Senator Loeffler. Oh, that's I was interviewing her, and there's a couple questions she refused to answer, so I canned the interview.
Oh, really?
I won't do it.
Can you share what it is she was refused to talk about?
A couple different things. The WNBA, because she owns a team,
Right.
and I asked her about their contributions to the 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 pro-abortion movement and Planned Parenthood and stuff. That was one, and the other one was I checked out who she's donated money to. And she's donated money to a couple like anti-gun candidates. So I wanted to know about that. I guess she thought it was gonna. I don't do softball interviews.
And you shouldn't. And you shouldn't. Yeah, so she's got state riled up, she and Kemp, and she's already spending a lot of money talking about what a great senator she is and what needs to happen in Washington. Um, but we've got Congressman Doug Collins, and he's been fabulous
Yeah,
for,
I like that Collins a lot.
and he's a great guy. He's actually he's come to our shop and built a gun.
Wow,
Yeah,
that's
he's a
cool.
great guy. He's a very, very nice guy. And he's got a great staff. They're only about from our office, maybe 3 miles. And actually, one of their guys carries our gun. So we're thrilled about that as well. But they've been very helpful. They're good people. And, Loeffler, let's call it like it is. She's got a lot of money. And Kemp is trying to expand his base. So, uh, that's what he did, but he has done nothing for gun rights yet. And if you get a chance, you probably remember some of his commercials where it shows him, racking a gun and talking to a young man that was dating his daughter and said he'd round up all the illegal aliens, even if he had to drive his own bus, blah blah
Yeah,
blah. And and we've seen nothing. And frankly, Honor Defense, we're one of the gun companies that underwent the financial discrimination. And Kemp and our attorney general in Georgia refused to take any action whatsoever.
are you talking about Operation Choke Point?
Well, similar to that, yeah, Georgia passed a law that said uh, firearm industry, there cannot be any financial discrimination against members of the firearm industry. Well, we had credit card processors that canceled doing business with us because we're firearms. And the way the state looked at it, they said, well, credit card processors aren't really financial institutions.
What?
Exactly. Exactly. And I mean, we have documentation from these credit card processors saying our banks won't let us do this. And Attorney General Chris Carr just refused to take any action. He said, well, what if we don't win? I said, well, at least you would have stood up for supporting businesses in Georgia. And they refused. So when it came for the last attorney general election, I wrote my name in. I'm not voting for that bum.
Yeah, our attorney general is terrible here.
Yeah.
It's really interesting. The governor had a blackface scandal. The attorney general had a blackface scandal, and our lieutenant governor have been accused of rape by four women.
Right.
and yet they still have support. I don't get it.
Uh, You know, it
I
makes
don't.
you wonder, doesn't it? How they get those votes and who's voting for them.
Well, in Fairfax, a convicted pedophile won the election.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, no. Joe Morrissey. Not only was he convicted of pedophilia, he married his 17-year-old secretary and was caught with child porn on his computer and got convicted of all of it.
He's probably your next governor.
Yeah, I mean, I like how do you lose to a guy like that? How do you say, well, I'm just gonna overlook all that stuff?
Yeah. Yeah. What a shame. What a shame. It seems like the morals and the pride in America is declining among some groups in our nation. And I think that's one of the things that I love about gun owners. We love our rights. We are the peaceful ones, and there's a right and a wrong. And you can see that just walking around SHOT Show, or I'm sure at VCDL at Lobby Day. There's just there's pride in being an American, and you don't.
Walking around, walking around Lobby Day was the most amazing thing in the world. I mean, I go to SHOT Show every year, and Lobby Day was just incredible.
Yeah.
I went there, and it was just, I mean, tens of thousands of people on the street, and everyone was so nice to each other. It was like a bonding experience. I don't know how else to describe it.
Yeah.
I was supposed to go back where, with the speakers, and I ended up just hanging out with the crowd just because that's how great it was.
I saw there was a guy. I tried to watch as much as I could on Breitbart, and I saw the most amazing thing. They stopped some guy who was walking around with a black garbage bag, and he was picking up stickers that had fallen off people's shirts onto the street and just picking up trash. And they said, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, we want to leave this city in same or better shape than when we got here."
And they did. It was cleaner.
Yeah, I thought, you contrast that when you see some of these marches in Washington D.C. where they leave more trash, and it's not the gun owners, it's these other groups. It's just, I was so proud of everybody.
Yeah, or you go out to like Portland on the not Portland, Maine. That's a great place, but the other Portland.
Yeah,
And Portland, Oregon, and you see the Antifa rallies where they're just beating people up, bite locks and everything. And you had literally tens of thousands of guns within like a 3-block radius of each other. Not a single thing happened.
yeah,
It was very
was-
peaceful.
that was fabulous. We had an Antifa march in Gainesville, Georgia, 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago. They said they were going to tear down some statue in our town square, and didn't go well.
Well, Antifa showed up to the lobby day, but I don't know, for some reason, like I'm on their hit list. I'm literally on the hit list. If you go to like known fascists, they have me down as a fascist. I don't get it. I sponsor, and they like racist and stuff, and I'm like, I sponsor a black podcast.
Yeah.
You know,
It's great how the fascists call you the fascist, isn't it?
my best man was Asian. I had a Hispanic, 2 Asians at my wedding party and stuff. And just like, what are you guys talking about? So I found them, and I was with a bunch of my friends, and for some reason, they were talking all big online how they're going to target me there. And when I went up to them, they decided they didn't want to target me anymore.
Good for you.
Well, it might have been because I was with a big crowd of people all heavily armed.
Yeah, that could be it.
Yeah, imagine how that works.
But it's a back down when you confront them, isn't it?
Yeah, it's crazy, but it's really funny how you see in like these northern states Antifa rallies get out of control. But when they show up to one of our rallies in Richmond, they're on their best behavior.
Yeah. And they better be.
I wonder why.
I don't know. You know, I think the local government, local police department play a huge role in that. And Portland, they know they can get away with it. I mean,
Yeah.
they know they can get away with it. It's an embarrassment.
Yeah, I'm friends with Joey Gibson, who they call a white nationalist, even though he's Japanese. He's the guy that they always fight out there.
Oh, really? Okay, gotcha.
Patriot Prayer. They call them a white nationalist group, and their president is Japanese, and their vice president is Samoan, and like their secretary is like a transgender person.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense.
No.
So, with this whole gun rights thing, you are very open about being pro Second Amendment and pro gun rights and pro American values. But we see a lot of the big companies shy away from that. Why
Yeah.
do you think that is?
You know, I think they just like to play it safe, particularly the ones that are public companies. You know, they try hard not to offend anybody. But you know, it just seems to me, maybe it's because I'm older now, you know, and they say when you get older, you get grumpier and more honest.
Yeah.
It just seems to me, I fear for the kind of world, you know, that we're leaving for our kids and our grandchildren and down the road. So, you know, I think it's our duty and our responsibility to speak out about these things.
Yeah, it really is. I definitely agree with you. I was talking to the head of marketing for one of the major AK makers in the country, and it was me and a couple of GOA guys. I'm not gonna say which one because I don't want to like bash anyone on here. But he said, "Oh, you know, the reason why I'm not a GOA member is because you guys need to compromise sometimes, and you guys won't compromise." And and we just looked at each other, we're like, "Okay, thank you. You know, have a nice day."
Right.
And then I was thinking to myself, it's like if they're gonna ban something, they're coming for the AKs first.
That's going to be the first thing to go.
It's like, so what do you want to compromise on? You got to put yourself out of a job by compromising.
And why compromise? I mean, what's there? I don't even understand what there is to compromise on.
It's not even compromising. This is what I always tell people. I had a mom's demand action person tell me that, well, you guys need to compromise. I said, okay, well, let's remove suppressors from the NFA. And what do you want? And they're like, what are you talking about? I'm like, compromise means I I get a little something and I give up a little something. What you're talking about is I give up some of my rights that you take away from me, and I get to keep the rights I already have. So that's not compromise.
Right. Yeah.
It's just like with the gun buybacks. How can you buy back something you never owned?
Right. I've got a really old pistol that doesn't work. If they want to buy that, I'll sell it to them.
Have you seen the guy who made all the zip guns? You know, the out of pipes.
No.
Yeah, he made a bunch. He went to Home Depot, made a bunch of guns out of pipes, and went to a gun buyback. And they paid him like $100 for each gun, and he got like $1,000 for like $30 worth of supplies.
Good for him. Good for him.
Technically, they were guns, and they were capable of firing a shotgun shell. So,
yeah. You know, it just seems that the older I get, the more clear it gets to me that you know, if people would just sit down and read the Bill of Rights and understand why they were constructed, how they were crafted, you know, take the class at Hillsdale College.
great program.
Oh, and you learn some of the stuff and you realize
and it's free.
It's free, but these things were put here for a reason, and the very things that Virginia's enduring was the very reason the Second Amendment and the First Amendment, you know, were the first two things crafted in the Bill of Rights because of that kind of tyranny. So it's crazy to think compromise gets us anything.
Yeah,
America,
it pisses me off, especially Virginia. We're the home of Madison, the guy who wrote the Second Amendment, and Jefferson, who would probably be leading a revolt now,
yeah,
in Washington. George freaking Washington, and we're gonna spit on their graves by trying to pass this gun control.
I know. Yeah,
Eh,
or remove statues of them because it's offensive.
well,
What?
they want to remove Jefferson, not Jefferson. Yeah, Jefferson statue from UVA.
I know. Crazy.
One of the fathers of the country. The guy who said life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness, even though he ripped off John Locke, but that's beyond the point. No, but if you read the writings of Madison, Jefferson, the Federalist Papers, the Anti-Federalist Papers, and everything, they're very clear what the Second Amendment meant.
Right.
They wanted the citizenship this to have the same arms as the military. And in fact, in the Virginia Constitution, Article 1, Section 13, our Second Amendment is even stronger than the government's Second Amendment because one of the things they argue is the militia is the military.
Right.
Our Constitution of Virginia says the militia, separate from the military, made up of the body of the people of the state, basically saying everyone in the state is a militia member in the time of need.
Yeah. Good for you.
So that's what we're gonna fight it on. I don't think it's a big secret, but we're gonna fight it in Lake State Court because the Virginia Constitution describes who the militia is, being everyone, and who has the right to bear arms, being everyone in the state.
Right.
And,
Here in Georgia called Kennesaw, Georgia, where I believe it's law where every household should have a firearm.
yeah, there's a couple of different places around there.
Yeah. You got to love Georgia. But I'm worried. I'll be honest with you. I'm worried about our elected officials.
Georgia is going. I don't know if any state's really safe. Maybe Montana,
Yeah. Maybe
but even Texas is in danger.
Yeah, I know. It's it's funny. 10 years ago we wouldn't be talking like this. We'd be saying, well, come on, but the left isn't giving up. They're growing in numbers. And I think the Democrats have lost, I think some of them have lost their minds. I really do. What did Pelosi want to give the right to vote to 16-year-olds and illegal aliens?
Oh,
illegal,
that's because it would increase their voter rolls.
Yeah, I know.
Although I did do a lot of research. I've been doing a lot of research into Generation Z, which is the generation that's currently in high school. And they are polling more conservative than any other generation since the 50s at that age.
Oh, really? Great.
Yeah. We might have a chance. And actually, if you look at it, everything's cyclical. So everything comes back around. The thing I worry about is this is how the government works. I've seen it for myself, so I know. Whoever the highest bidder is gets the politician.
Yeah.
And the bills that they propose, they're not writing. They're coming from a lobbyist. A lobbyist hands them over and they introduce the bills. And a lot of times they don't even read the bills.
Right.
But they owe favors. And if you don't believe me, all you have to do is look at the laws and bills proposed in Virginia, then go out to Colorado, for example. And I've done this, and look at their bills that were proposed. And you will find out the language is identical.
Really?
Exactly identical. Word for word identical. And you
Hmm.
can go to California, identical language. New York, identical language. Now, you're trying to tell me that all these people had the same exact idea and wrote the bill the same exact way, word for word? No.
You know, the left is really well organized. I signed up for the texts from Moms Demand Action or whatever that group is. So I always know where all the rallies are in Georgia. They're always texting me. But I'll tell you what's really, it's an impressive organization because they'll send a text and say, click here to send a note to your congressman. Click here to send a note to your senator.
Yeah.
They're very, very well organized. I mean, they're on the digital end, whoever's running their business is really good. I mean, it is very well organized.
Well, Mom's Demand Action gets all their money from, they get 100% of their funding from every town. Every town gets 100% of their funding from Bloomberg.
You know, I think I read also Walmart was a initial sponsor of that organization as well.
Yeah, they were.
Yeah.
But they gave to a foundation that gave to them, so they
Yeah.
probably didn't know where the money was going.
So I stopped shopping at Walmart entirely.
Yeah.
I just won't do it.
Yeah, we need to have more gun-friendly companies out there.
Yeah, we don't have that many in our area, except for the small shops. But that I'll tell you, that is one other thing I've learned. You know, having been with big corporations and then starting your own company and you're small, I don't shop at big chains anymore. I go to the small hardware stores, you know, the other smaller shops where just a $10 purchase means a lot. So
Oh yeah.
I've really changed in that regard as well.
Yeah, I found a local pizza restaurant here that's very pro Second Amendment. The way I found out is I was coming back from a event, and because I don't usually open carry, but I was at an event, so I was open carrying. I was like, man, what should I do? Should I go in and pick up the pizza? I was like, well, maybe no one would notice. So I go in there, open carrying. The owner of the place sees that I'm open carrying, came up to me and goes, "Hey, I see that you have a gun." I was like, "Yeah." I thought he was gonna say, you have to get out.
Yeah.
And he shook my hand. He goes, thank you for open carrying, and we're gonna give you 10% off."
Oh, great.
Well, that's where I get my pizzas from now, exclusively.
And did you then say, let me show you this honor defense pistol? Let me tell you all about it.
Well, if I have one, but it was an HK.
Hey, forget HK makes a great product.
Oh yeah,
I've got a PK30, I think is the numeration on it. Great firearm.
yeah, kind of pricey, but they're great.
Yeah, kind of pricey, and the paddle magazine ejection took a little bit of getting used to, but I kind of like it. I kind of like it.
Yeah, I didn't like the paddle magazine ejector at first either, but I got used to it, and once you get used to it, it's great because like so fast.
I'll be honest. When we were doing the development of our firearm, we looked at a lot of different firearms out there, and I think we all came to the conclusion that the HK makes the most comfortable double stack in the business.
I would agree with that. And their triggers are just amazing.
Yeah, it's just a very, very comfortable gun.
Yeah,
Just
like the triggers on their VP9s, it's as good as an aftermarket trigger.
oh, is it really?
Oh yeah, I don't know if you've ever fired a VP9. Their striker fire gun.
Yeah, I haven't.
Their trigger is aftermarket quality. Like you wouldn't want to put an aftermarket trigger in there because it's probably the best trigger on the market.
Huh.
Stock. I mean, my Overwatch triggers are better, but they're like $350 a trigger. So that's probably why they're a little bit better.
Yeah, better be. Well, thanks for the tip on that. I'll keep an eye out for that because I'd like to try that.
Yeah. If you ever come to Virginia, I'll let you try mine.
You got it. Yeah, because I'm getting over that hammer fired gun thing, that double action, single action.
Yeah, I mean, I was a big hammered fire guy, and I hated Glocks. And then I basically broke down, and I'm like, let me I had a Glock, and I was like, oh, let me just shoot it a little bit. Then once I got used to the striker fire, I'm like, I kind of like this better. I have better control. I can
Right.
pick on the target better. It's quicker. And I was just like man, like now I'm striker fire. I was like, what the hell am I gonna do with all my hammer fire guns?
Save them. Save them for the kids and the, and the cousins and of course, you can never have too many.
Oh yeah,
Just get another safe.
I'm thinking about burying them in my backyard. To tell you the truth.
I would. I only own one gun, so in case anyone's watching, hey NSA, if you're watching, I only have one gun. So
Yeah, I have a friend named Maj Torre of Black Guns Matter,
yeah,
and he's like, everyone's talking about these boat accidents. He's like, I have 30 AKs, and if they outlaw them or ARs, and they outlaw them tomorrow, guess how many he would have? 30.
good for.
So, uh,
I saw some research. Your average gun owner has got 8.1 pistols,
mhm.
and I've had people say, "Well, why would anyone want to have 8.1 pistols?" And I said, "Well, because you got to have a Ruger LCP for your pocket. You just have to have one. You have to have a 92 just because.
I hate the LCP.
I hate shooting it. I really do. But I don't even shoot mine. But if I'm running out really quick to a barber shop or something, it fits in the jeans nice and easily, and so I'll take it on occasion. But
Yeah,
you have a nice one for the Miami rig, and you've got to have the single stack, and you've got to have a double. So many guns, so little time, so many choices.
why reload when you can just pick up another gun?
Yeah.
Yeah,
By the way, you got
pocket gun.
Valentine's coming too. By the way,
What's that?
you've got Valentine's Day coming,
My
and
wife's not gonna buy me guns.
why don't you get one for your wife?
It's not gonna go over too well.
Repeat after me, honey. I'm buying you this because I love you.
I've bought her a gun multiple times.
I've
I think I used that up a little bit too much. Like I got
Yes.
her an I got
Well,
her an AK, and she's like, "Why the hell did you give me an AK?" Like, in case someone breaks in. She was like, "We have a scorpion with a suppressor next to the bed. Why do we need an AK too?"
I did the same thing, but I went another route. I fell in love. Have you ever seen a Pedersoli Howdah?
Oh yeah,
It's really a break open side by side.
yeah. It's a great shotgun.
Yeah, and it's 45 or 410.
It's expensive though.
Well, you call those guys and just say, "Hey, I'm in the industry. What can you do for me?" And they'll cut your break. But I realized I hadn't gotten my wife's. Oh, she's not watching this. I mean, I hope she is, but I hope she's not because I realized I almost my wife's birthday, and I thought, "Oh man, I got to get her something special." I don't want to miss this. So I called those guys up, and they overnighted one to us, to the FFL, and I got it. And, honey, look what I bought you. I mean, they saved the marriage.
Nice.
And it's a
You
great bedside gun. Great bedside gun.
you got to remember, I'm married to a Euro.
Oh, are you? I didn't realize that.
My wife's Italian. Uh,
Oh, te bene. I love her already.
yeah, I can't understand a word she says when she's talking to her family, but
What was her maiden name?
Di Natale,
Okay. Where was her family from?
Palermo.
Okay.
Yeah, we went back there, but it's too dangerous to go back there now, which is a shame.
Yeah, that's further south. I'm Calabrese. My
Oh,
name
okay.
my name used to be Ramicciato.
Oh, Hermitiana. Huh,
My,
interesting.
my father changed it to get a job.
Interesting. Yeah, her dad is from Bari, which is in southern Italy.
Oh,
Um, and her mom was from Palermo, and that's where they met. So it's all really Sicilian.
yeah.
We used to go back to Sicily a couple times a year, but we can't because it's just too dangerous now.
Yeah. I've heard that. I've never been down there. Having worked for Beretta, spent a lot of time in northern Italy, never really got down south or even to where I was from, which is a shame. Wished I would have.
Yeah, just stay away from Naples. It's like Detroit.
Oh, is it really? It's that
Yeah,
bad,
nothing good goes on in Naples.
huh?
Get off the train, you get robbed.
Oh, really?
Yeah. One of the interesting things, if you take the train to the mainland, they actually have a train that runs through Sicily, and then it comes up and it gets on a boat, and then goes to across the Strait of Messina and hooks up the tracks. Then it keeps on going.
Oh, you're kidding.
Nah,
Oh, that's
no.
pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. I never took the train. Seen the Straits of Messina, seen the volcano and everything. Went to a bunch of places. I like Sicily because if you've ever been to Greece, they have a lot of like Greek style ruins there.
Yeah.
That I say Greek style, but they're actually Greek ruins on Sicily.
Oh, do they really?
Oh yeah, they have a lot because Greece at one time occupied Sicily, with Italy. Then you had the Moors from Africa, and you had all these different cultures. So you have Greek ruins, you have like Roman ruins because the Romans were there. So it's a really cool island. Uh, it's just dangerous right now though.
And you can't have a gun.
No, you can't
You
have a gun.
can't even protect yourself. I know.
Well, my wife's cousin is military, and they get to take their rifles home.
Oh, do they really?
Yeah, so he has a rifle because their military is a little bit different. It's 2 years compulsory. So you're in the military for 2 years. So you just hang out, and they're not really well trained.
Yeah.
It's basically here's a rifle, keep it at home for 2 years, then give it back.
That was something John Lott, I saw his presentation at SHOT Show that he talked about, where a lot of the researchers will put out research that say something along the lines of gun ownership is, at a ridiculously high rate in America. But when you look at some of these Scandinavian countries, um, every household has a gun, but they don't own it. The government owns it. So that gets overlooked by the researchers. And they'll say, there's not that many guns in these countries. Yeah, there is. They're just not owned by the household, but they're possessed by the household. I thought that was really interesting.
Well, if you look at Switzerland, for example, when you turn 18, you have to go through training, and then they give you a gun, not just any gun, a fully freaking automatic, assault rifle, and then you take it home when you're 18, and after they train you to use it, and then every year they give you ammo to go
Yeah.
shoot it.
Maybe Switzerland's onto something. Maybe we should bring that back, bring that to the U.S.
Yeah, it's really interesting because in Switzerland, you'll get on a bus and someone will get on there with like an FAL or something, just on their shoulder. No one pays any attention to it.
Yeah.
But
Hey,
yeah,
what
like
are your
you
thoughts on FN 509?
said, the FN 509. I like it. Uh, I haven't heard anything bad about it. Um,
Because I'm looking for another double stack, and I keep hearing great things about it, but I don't know anyone that owns one.
I mean, I have a friend that owns one. And I've shot his quite a bit. I don't own one myself, but I really like his FN 509. If I was looking for another gun right now, which I can't look for, you know, wife. That is definitely on my list of guns after the honor defense, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, it's a really nice gun.
Yep.
But like it's not his carry piece, and he doesn't put too many rounds through it.
Yeah.
So he probably has, I would estimate between 3 to 5,000 rounds through it. So that's really not a lot. My carry gun, I probably have close to I have 2 barrels for it.
How do
So
you?
yeah, switch them out. I I don't know why. I have a threaded barrel and I have a regular barrel. My carry gun's a Glock 19, and I carry a Glock 43 as well, and I have a separate barrel for that. I have two barrels for that as well. And between the Glock 19 and the Glock 43, I've probably fit 25 to 30,000 rounds through each.
Wow, that's
Well,
pretty good.
I get ammo for free. So.
Yeah, that helps. What brand ammo is that?
This is a small ammo company out of Colorado called Warriors Revolution. It's really reasonable priced ammo, and it's really good. I used to shoot Gorilla ammo, which is great ammo, and I got that. I didn't have to pay for that either. They would send me ammo, but I wanted something that I could actually tell people that hey, go buy because Gorilla is great ammo, but who's gonna pay $2 for freaking each round of a 9mm?
Right.
So I found a cheaper company, which some people are like, why would you do that? I'm like, well, because I want to be able to recommend it.
Right.
I'm not going to tell people to go buy $3 5.56 rounds and $2 9mm rounds.
Yeah, I think we've been seeing 9mm, 18 cents a round.
Yeah, this is about this. So this is about 18, 20 cents a round.
Yeah, and when most
It's not
people don't,
really anything.
after the uh, ammunition companies paid 11% tax. A lot of people forget that.
Oh yeah.
The long gun companies pay 11% tax. Handgun companies pay 10. But everybody argues about gosh, this round's 20 cents. This one's 19. That's tax. Some of that's just the tax difference.
Yeah, you guys have to go through ITAR, don't you?
Yeah, but we don't do anything outside the U.S.
Okay. But do you still have to go through it or no?
Yeah, everyone. It's like $2,200 a year, something
Yeah.
like. Yeah,
Well,
everyone is up for that.
yeah, that's my question. If you don't do any business outside the US, why do you have to pay ITAR? If you don't know what ITAR is the international arms thing. Which, if you're not doing international arms, don't. Matt, this cowboy wants to know: is it 11% on federal tax or state and
Yeah,
federal?
it's on top, Matt. That's a great question. It's firearms excise tax that goes to conservation efforts, and so long gun companies and ammo companies pay 11%. Handgun companies pay 10%, and we have to pay it every quarter. Every quarter, we got to fill out a form that says, "Here's what our total sales are," and then stroke them a check and send it in. And that's on top of federal, state, local.
That is crazy, and they want to raise that.
It is. So if the gun industry goes away, so will a lot of national parks. I don't know what the number is offhand, but it is millions upon millions of dollars, as you might imagine, per year that go to our state parks and national parks, conservation efforts. They're all funded by the gun industry and the firearm industry.
Yeah, a lot of people don't know that. All right, we've been on for a little bit over an hour, and I know you probably have work tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Yeah. So we've got 8 hours to go. We're in good shape.
Yeah, no, I'll let you go so you can make sure you get to work on time and get those guns out.
I appreciate it. I'm not sure how many people are on, but if they have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer them.
Yeah, the counter up that you see is wrong. I do a restream, so
Actually, I don't see it. I don't see a counter. That's why I was wondering.
I see a counter, but I go through a restreaming server, so it doesn't actually show the correct number. So I can give you the numbers. I would just have to log in really quick to my server.
Oh, actually, well, yeah, I'm seeing one that says 3. We've got 3 still watching.
No, we have more than 3.
Okay.
It's always wrong. What happens is the restream server gives it some funky number. Right now we have 35.
Oh, good. Good.
Yeah, don't pay attention to that number. That number is
Yeah,
That number would be right if I'm just streaming to a single source, but what I'm doing is I have a server, and this is geeky stuff. And what it does, my stream goes into that server, and then it splits off into Facebook, Periscope, YouTube, D Live. Actually, 2 YouTube channels, 2 Facebook channels, D Live, Periscope, and a couple other different platforms.
hey, is Rick still on? Rick, are you on?
I can't see who's on.
The
That's
reason I was
the only
wondering,
problem with the restream server. I can't see who's actually on.
well, the reason I'm asking is Rick put a note up here that said something about, oh, I'm sorry, no, it was Matt Desk Cowboy. It says, oh, I forgot to tell you, Sam Rasul's aide / secretary slipped up and said he's not interested in talking Pro 2A. So I don't know, is that Kentucky or Georgia's governor?
I think it's a person in Virginia, I believe.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Rick here. Hello, Rick.
Yeah, Matt is. I think he's down in like the Roanoke area. Sam, yeah, VA legislature. Yeah,
Okay.
that's Southwest Virginia. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah, we are in a battle for our lives here.
Yeah, you really are. And I hope more people pay attention and do what they can to help out.
I mean,
It's not Virginia's problem. It's a national problem.
yeah, there's another big company that contacted me to try to contact VCDL and everything. And we are up against a lot. I got an article coming out tomorrow about this big anti-gun activist in Fairfax, which is in Virginia, that had death threats put on his car, and weaponized autism, what I call it, also known as 4chan, which is like the bastion of waste. But they're like, I don't know, they're a bunch of trolls, but they're in like what they did to Shia LaBeouf, for example, is he put a flag up that says he will not divide us. And it was a camera on the flag, and they're like, we're gonna steal that flag. So they found it. And how they found it was they watched the live stream 24/7 and saw the airplanes, the contrails from the airplanes. And then they were able to cross-reference the contrails from the airplanes to airplane radar they were watching, to be able to figure out the exact location. So what they did with this anti-gun person is he had a death threat left on his windshield from a pro-gun thing. So he said, "Oh, I thought it was a flyer, but then I noticed it said it was a death threat, blah blah blah." So what they did is they were able to take the reflection off his windshield, enhance it, figure out that it was an indoor thing in his garage, and then they're like, well, that was in your garage. And then they took the before and after pictures, and they were able to strip it of the metadata and figured out that the picture he took from inside that he brought in from his car, saying, "Oh, look what left in my car," was actually taken before the image outside his car. And then they figured out what printer it was printed on by. I don't even know how they did that. But then it was a hoax. So Baltimore Sun and all these other papers had to run like retractions, and he went dark. He deleted all his Facebook profiles and everything else.
Only Baltimore.
Well, this is in Virginia, but Baltimore Sun ran an article about it.
They jumped on.
Because he's a John Hopkins surgeon, so he's very, trustworthy.
Yeah.
until a bunch of rejects from 4chan got a hold of it and just used their weaponized autism
That's
to
perfect.
expose what happened. I mean, and the articles, it's amazing what these guys did.
Yeah.
I mean, they're like, okay, well, we identified the font, and the way the font is made is only made by the certain printer, and we could track. And in the picture, you can see the certain printer that
Glad those guys are on our side.
Yeah, it's just like how what?
Yeah. That's
But they do
amazing.
stuff like that all the time. Like they freaking found a flag by watching airplane contrails. And then they found it again one time by using the stars.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So Shia LaBeouf just stopped trying to do his flag because they kept on finding it.
Good. I guess. That's high tech stuff.
Well, just don't piss these guys off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
They'll, they'll, look at your, they'll look at your water and be able to figure out where the water came from. To figure out your drift from the water somehow. I mean, it's amazing.
Yeah, it is. It is. Well, when are you going to come to Georgia and visit us?
Whenever you have me, man.
Yeah, come on down.
Yeah, we have a gunathon up here coming up on April 25th for GOA, the GOA fundraiser. We have a shooting range that's attached to a like a convention center type thing. So it's like a sports arena, convention center type thing. So we're gonna do a thing where we're gonna have manufacturers who it's gonna be like a kind of like an NRA show, but a little bit different because the manufacturers have access to the ranges.
Good.
So I can get you information on that if you want.
Yeah, that would be great. It's in the industry on the manufacturing side. We're now heading into the real busy part of the season. We've got, of course, SHOT Show. There's distributor shows. There's
NRA.
shows coming up. There's that 10-day NRA show in Harrisburg. I think that starts next week. And so it's for the most part, it's life on the road in January and February.
Yeah, that's why we did it in all the way in April.
Yeah, and it seems glamorous to everybody that doesn't have to do it. But when you have to do it, you head into March just exhausted. You're ready for a home cook.
I was supposed to be at SHOT Show, but I didn't get on my flight on the way back from lobby day. So
Really.
I was like, yeah, it's not worth
Kind of, it lacked. We didn't exhibit this year. I was out there for Alien Gear doing some things with them, but it seemed to lack enthusiasm and excitement. And I don't know if it was because of VCD lobby day or just there wasn't that much new going on. A lot of uncertainty.
Yeah, I heard that. Also, like a lot of people who would usually be at SHOT Show were in Virginia.
Yeah.
Like I ran into a lot of people that I would always run into the SHOT Show, like people in the industry who
Right.
who went out there. I was like, man, you're not at a SHOT Show, and they're like, well, this year we had to make a choice,
Yeah.
and I was gonna catch a late flight, but I just didn't make it in time, so I was just like,
screw it.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't really think you missed anything. I walked around a lot of booths, went to a few meetings with some Alien Gear folks because they've got a new duty holster that's coming out. And
I got it upstairs.
oh, do you? Good.
Yeah, they sent me some stuff to try out that's coming out.
Yeah, good. Yeah, the new duty holster is nice. They've got Tactica concealed carry apparel for women that's come out. That's really picking up steam. So
Yeah, I'm thinking about modeling that and trying it out.
yeah, don't put on the leggings, please, please. But yeah, it just seemed to, every year there's usually enthusiasm, and I would have thought the Springfield Hellcat might have brought some, but that seemed to hit the snooze button.
Well, it seems like everyone's doing the same exact thing.
Yeah.
How many AR companies are there now?
Oh,
You know, that's why I've been kind of getting into the AK scenes because I have a few AKs. The one I really like is Elite Armory AK. I'm gonna be testing out a Riley AK soon. So there's not that many companies doing AKs.
yeah.
I want I really want uh, a high end AK. Uh, there is a company out of Vegas that I went out and looked at their stuff, and why is their name? Oh my god, they have a really cool adjustable glass block for an AK, which I've never really Rifle Dynamics. I don't know why it locked up, but I really want one of their AKs, but they start at like 3,000,
Ooh, ooh.
and like their average is like 4, and I'm like I can't afford a $4,000 AK.
A lot of money. You know, I've never shot an AK.
Oh really?
Never shot one.
Oh, they're fun. It's a good round.
What caliber is it? 7.62 or what are they?
7.62 by 39,
Okay.
but they also have the 5.45 as well. The HK-74 shoots around that the waterfall company countries are trying to get closer to the 5.56, but they didn't
Yeah.
want to do 5.56 exactly. So
Yeah.
and they're
Well,
AK-74.
that's an American round. We don't want to. We don't want to have that, right?
Yeah, so they did something similar but
Yeah.
different. Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. I mean, the AKs are fun. I really like AKs. I like AKs. I went to uh, Red October out in Vegas. I covered that, which was back in October. Uh, isn't the 30 about the same? Uh, ah,
I'm not. Oh, I didn't know if you were asking me or if that was coming in.
no, that was coming in.
Yeah.
That guy in the comments. So I love that name.
There's Guy. There we go. Um,
Close.
yeah. I just don't know much about them. I'd like to try one sometime.
Yeah, they take a little different, like uh, when like the charging handle. When you charge, you have to reach across,
Oh, really?
and yeah, because it's on here. So when you're firing, you have to reach across, pull back, and reloads are a little bit slower than the AR. But I went to Red October and I really got immersed in the AK culture. I will say the AK culture is better than the AR culture.
What do you mean by that?
They don't take themselves too seriously. Uh, Red October and also in March I'm going to Clash Bash. Imagine Comic Con with machine guns.
Oh, you're kidding. Is that
No,
in Ohio by chance?
what's that?
Is that in Ohio?
Clash Bash.
Yeah.
That's in Texas.
Okay. Because I know there's a big event in Ohio that a lot of guys go um, to shoot some of that high speed, low drag stuff. And I think that's coming up this spring as well, rather than summer, fall. But
No, Clash Bash is in Texas. Red October is in Vegas at the Pro Gun Club. And you'll see people dressed up as gnomes, like running around with with machine guns. It's ridiculous. Yeah.
well, as long as they're having fun. Actually, like it's like the SAS folks. I get such a kick out of that. I think that's great. The cowboy action shooting folks.
Yeah. Yeah.
I, I that just looks like fun to me.
Oh, it definitely is. Just don't load your gun with 6 rounds.
Oh, really?
Your
Why is that?
shit off. The cowboy action guns, like the Ruger Blackhawk and stuff. Uh, the hammer rests against the actual round. So if it's jarred, it will go off.
Really?
Yeah, so you're supposed to load one round, skip, then load four others, and then the hammer will fall on the empty chamber
Gotcha.
because you don't want to be running too hard and all of a sudden shoot your damn.
No, I appreciate the tip on that because I'm a member of the Cherokee Gun Club down here in Georgia, and I was going to go to the next Cherokee Cowboys just to see it, check it out. I thought, why not? That looks like something more my speed.
See, Armorman and Axis out there. He has a great YouTube show. You should watch it. But yeah. I mean, cowboy action is good, fun. I've tried it just because it looks hella fun.
Did you
You can-
have what was your name? Did you have a name?
I didn't use a name. I
How
never used a name.
You did. What was it?
I didn't use. It's one thing I never use. I used a pen name when I used to write, and then all of a sudden I'm like, I don't want to use a pen name anymore.
Well, if you think of one for me, let me know.
Yeah. So let's see.
Yeah, no, forget I even asked. Forget it.
Everyone out there, give Gary Ramey of Honor Defense a name.
Yeah, I need, Graveyard Gary or something like that.
Yeah, email Honor Defense. Go to the website. You get the contact.
Keep it clean, would you? When you send it in, keep it clean.
Well, I like cowboy stuff because I'm not really into Western stuff, but I love lever action
Yeah.
guns. I adore I adore revolvers, and I adore lever action guns.
I do too. Hey, I want to ask you a question. I think your viewers might find this interesting. You sent me directions and said, Gary, don't hold a gun in your hand while we're doing this broadcast.
Yeah.
And I was thinking maybe your viewers might find that of interest.
Yeah, okay. Basically, actually, we got 37 viewers right now. We got a few more. Basically, the YouTube and Facebook algorithm have changed. The machine learning has changed. Before, I could hold up a handgun and no problem. But there's been a couple like mass shootings where somebody live streamed them shooting himself, like in the Christchurch shooting was live streamed. But the main reason, I've talked to people behind the scenes who've actually told me the reason why. There's been a rash of people filming themselves committing suicide on YouTube and Facebook. So what they did is the machine learning can identify a hand in a gun, and it's not a warning or anything, and it's not like anything against the account. But once it detects the hand in the gun, it will kill your live stream. But you can show a gun; it can be in the background, it can be on the table. But once the AI of the machine learning detects your hand touching that gun, the stream will be killed. And we tested it out how well it works. We've tried to hide it and everything, and it just works very well.
Wow. Now I don't know about anybody else, but to me, that is it's frightening what technology can do.
Yeah, I mean, it can detect it. I mean, there's a reason for it, and I do understand the reason. I'm not unreasonable. I understand why they did it. I wish they wouldn't have done it, but a lot of the people say that, you know, it's a lot of people. I don't know. I just don't know how they would handle that. That guy in the comments, Armorman Access loves revolvers and lever action guns. I've seen on other live stream where they do have guns on the streams, but they say to keep it monetized, they don't show it on streams. Yeah, You can record it and have it in your hand and upload it later, no problem. It's just live is the issue,
Gotcha.
and it works. I mean, it doesn't work 100% of the time, but it works probably about 80%, and it's getting better and better every day.
Yeah.
Because the AI actually learns, and that's the scary thing. It actually learns by itself. It makes improvements, which is Skynet type stuff.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder, what does the government have that they can use?
Oh, I'm sure they do. I used to work on that stuff.
They probably have a 3D printer right now building a John Crump wearing a Fantastic Four T-shirt.
Oh yeah, I just got this today. It's my Funko Pop
What?
shirt. I collect Funko Pops. They're these little vinyl action, these little vinyl doll things. And I collect them. So I got a Funko Pop shirt.
Sell a few of those, John, and get a gun, would you?
Well, these things were like $10.
Sell a lot. Sell a lot of them. Sell a
Yeah.
lot of them.
Although I did open one and I put it up and I threw away the box because I didn't think anything of it. I just saw it in the store and I picked it up. And yeah, Smarter Every Day did an episode on it. So if you want to check that out, it's pretty interesting.
Huh. Yeah, I'll
Um,
do that.
yeah, I did pick up one Funko Pop and I threw away the box and everything. I just liked it. It was a Captain America one. And it was one I've never seen before. So like, I've never seen that. Picked it up at the store, bought it for like $5, threw away the box. Then I looked it up online just because I've never seen it before. I've seen a lot of the Funko Pops, and it was like one of the ultra rare ones that goes on eBay for like $100.
And the box was part of it, right? Should have
Yeah,
saved it.
without the box, you can't really get it. I was so pissed off at myself. So
Yeah.
now I want to open them.
Well, I'll keep an eye out for them down here. I'll let you know if I see anything. For $10, I'll pick them up for you.
Yeah, they're all over the place. You go to the mall, they're all over the place. I used to collect them before they got popular, and now everyone's collecting them.
I can't really say I've ever seen them, but I probably just walked right by it, not noticing.
Give me 1 second. I got one right over here.
All right. Well, John's doing that. Let's go over here. Light switch. Somewhere around here. Anyway. John was talking about lever action. Got some stuff in there. We got to
All right.
let us know we were there. All right, we're back, John. We weren't doing anything.
Welcome to Funko Pop Education, everyone. This is my Thanos, my Marvel 80 years edition of Thanos. And this is one that's open. This is my Deadpool riding a unicorn. So I'll just leave this right here. Deadpool riding a unicorn. So yeah.
John, I'm starting to worry about you.
I collect them. I mean, yeah, that's my Thanos. That's my Deadpool riding a unicorn. I have Star Wars scenes where they have the full Star Wars scenes. And I just collect them. I mean, I have hundreds of them.
Everyone's got to collect something, right?
Yeah, well, my other thing is really expensive that I collect guns.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on a break from the only guns I collect now are the ones I get for free. Like Henry gave me one, which was nice, but
they make a nice product.
Oh yeah, I got a nice shotgun. It's a lever action side loading shotgun. Shoots
really?
410. It's freaking awesome.
Yeah, will it also take 45 Colt?
It will not take 45 Colt,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
I have never met Mr. Imperato, but I would love to. I really admire what they're doing.
Yeah. Apparently, Armor and Axis likes my Deadpool riding on a unicorn. I got Deadpool's like one of the characters I collect most. Yeah, I got all the Stranger Thing ones. Rick saying his daughter have all the Stranger Things Funko Pops, and I have all the Stranger Things Funko Pops. I got hundreds of Funko Pops. My wife thinks I'm crazy because my office is just covered in Funko Pops. My movie room is covered in Funko Pops, but I like them.
You know, someday they'll be real popular. I mean, they'll be like the thing. You remember those Funko Pops, and people will search them out, and you'll have a lot of money's worth.
I hope so. That's why I don't open them anymore. Ever since I learned my lesson with the Captain America
There you go.
that I liked and threw away the box, I got it for like $5, and all of a sudden it was worth $100. I have no idea why the store didn't know that, but whatever.
Well, how do we get a John Crump or Honor Defense Funko Pop?
You can get a Funko Pop, a custom Funko Pop, if you go on Etsy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they have tons of Funko Pops on Etsy.
Well, you ought to have one made for you.
Oh no, they're very expensive. One of my friends had it made, but he's also one of the Oak Ridge boys, so they gave it to him for free.
Yeah, I would think so. I would think so. Well, John, I hate to do this.
I gotta go too.
I
I've been
need
trying to go.
I need some.
Give out your plugs, and we'll go get out of here.
Well, for starters, thanks for having us on. We appreciate it, and you've been a good friend of the company, and we appreciate it. And let us know what we can do. We're here in North Georgia. We're rooting for Virginia, and we'll do what we can.
Thank you, and thank you for giving to VCDL. That means a lot, not only to me but everyone in Virginia. And thank you very much, Gary.
You bet. Thank you, time, and call Kemp for us, would you? Tell
Yeah,
him.
I'll do that. I'm not
You really,
sure.
you know well enough to have his cell number?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know him. I haven't talked to him in a couple months, but I know him.
Well,
And
George, do you know Patrick Parsons from
no,
Georgia? He's a firebrand. I mean, he's he lets no moss grow, and he is stirring it up about Loeffler and Kemp, and we haven't seen any pro Second Amendment action in Georgia since the election. So I think the natives are getting restless.
well, the interview with Loeffler was set up by the Kemp people,
How was it?
so I don't think they're too happy with me right now. So yeah, what can you do, right? I'm a investigative journalist. It's not like I don't give. It's not like here's with softball.
Right.
This is more fun. But when I'm interviewing somebody for an article, you're going to answer the tough questions, and you're just going to have to be prepared for that.
And she's a brand new senator. She should have known.
Yeah.
She's John Crump. Guns are going to come up.
Yeah, guns. But they thought, Brian set this up, so it's going to be a softball.
Right.
I mean, for here it's more fun.
Right.
There on MLN, it's all business. I'm going to get to the bottom, and I'm going to research you. I'm going to find out every piece of dirt that I can.
Sure.
Because the people out there, this is more entertainment. And my articles I look at more as informing people. So I need to find out, tough questions to ask, because the softball questions, who cares?
Right.
It's how you answer the tough questions.
Yeah, and she's a senator. She's new to the political game. She's going to get criticized and investigated by everybody. We all want to know. And, frankly, the firearm community in Georgia has not seen a thing other than her well orchestrated commercials that talk about I'm pro Second Amendment. Okay, well, how so? What do you? Where are we at on killing off red flag laws? Where are we at on constitutional carry? There's been no activity whatsoever in Georgia. None.
If you're not going to give me answers on the tough questions, I'm not going to even print the easy questions.
Right. Yeah, why bother? It's a reflection on you, actually, at that point.
Mm-hmm. I'm not willing to sell my reputation for
Nope.
an interview.
Nope, I agree with you. Good for you.
I mean, I've interviewed celebrities, senators, congressmen. I don't need to bend to make someone happy.
Yeah. I think George is we're actually in mourning now that Chick-fil-A is moving away a little bit from its conservative stance. We're all like we're bumming.
Yeah, but the chicken is still delicious. So
It is, but we're discovering Popeyes.
I like Popeyes. I
Yeah,
don't like that chicken sandwich. That chicken sandwich is freaking disgusting.
they've got
I'm
a
a
new chicken
I'm a
sandwich.
fake that likes them.
They've got this brand new chicken sandwich that people lining up.
Terrible.
Is it bad?
I hate it.
Oh, don't tell me because it's been people are lined up onto the roads to get into Popeyes to have them.
Okay, Armament and Axis. This is a fun show. The hard questions come with the Amaland interviews. Go to read most of my Amaland interviews.
Oh, hey, Armament and Axes. Go ahead, ask the hard question. I'm ready.
Let's see if do you have the hard question, Armament and Axis? I mean, I can ask a hard question if you want.
There's no, how hard can it be, right? I'm pro Second Amendment.
Well, I mean, it would be more about like pending litigation, which I'm sure you probably don't want to get into because of litigation reasons.
Right. Yeah, we can't talk about that, but
Yeah, so I'm not going to bring it up, but I'm pretty sure that's probably what he was talking about.
he can ask. He can ask. I'll answer to the best of my ability.
Yeah, that's one thing that like I had Tim Knight on, and he really couldn't talk about the NRA, so we didn't.
Gotcha.
Well, he likes chicken on the what? I thought on the grill. I thought he said chicken on the girl.
Hey, now, easy.
It's on the grill. Okay,
Grill.
I don't have my glasses. I was like, man, that's some weird stuff there. Seems weird. All right. Well, if you have any hard questions, you can email Gary over at Honor Defense, and I'm sure they will answer to the best of.
You will, or give me a call on the cell 336-624-6260. Call anytime. We're always open to talking guns. 336-624-6260.
All right, and they can find you online at honordefense.com, and they can go design their own gun there.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys. Well, I'm gonna let Gary go because I still have work to do tonight. I have to file a FOIA. I have to write up a FOIA request actually tonight and get it to my attorneys by tomorrow.
Oh, well, I hope everything works out okay.
It's just a FOIA request. I was trying to. I don't want to get. Midnight Range. That's Gary Ramey from Honor Defense. They make really cool pistols.
How are you tonight?
Yeah, if you go to their site.
When you keep, it sounds like you're saying you're putting in a FOIA request to your attorney.
Oh no, FOIA, Freedom of Information Act.
All right, it sounds like
I write it up, I give it to them, they look over it to make sure, because there's a couple of different things they'll do. They'll deny it, saying, "Oh, it's not." Like honor guard, honor guard pistols, yeah. But it's like it's like they will either say, "Oh, this is what you're looking for," and give you the wrong stuff,
right?
Because they don't want to give you the right stuff, or they'll give you hundreds and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of pages. So when you
So
look
round
at
it is you're really looking for, but not really, kind of a
yeah,
thing.
yeah. So I have Rob Olson, who's a great attorney. If you need a Second Amendment attorney who's argued in front of uh, really high up courts like the Supreme Court and stuff, he might be your attorney that you're looking for. He's a great attorney. Um, he's the guy who's doing the bump stock case. That's my attorney. So yeah, I got a pretty good legal team. So they look it over and then they say yay or nay, and they approve it, and uh, then they will send it out. What will happen is they will either give it to you. In the case of the one I'm sending, we're thinking that they're gonna say it's exempt, and that's when the real fun starts. That's when they get. That's when I sue them.
Gotcha.
And it looks like I mean, it can get expensive, but here's the thing: for what I'm going after, we think there's no way they're gonna. That we think they're gonna exempt it, but there's no way it would stand up in court. So we'll make the state that I will sue pay legal fees and also pay for my time.
Gotcha.
So the lawyers will get paid. I'll get paid extra money, and then get but the whole thing is I will get, you know, uh, I will get the information I need, and it's a big story. I had some information leaked to me, and it was something that I looked at, and I was like, this is Alex Jones type stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then I was like, I'm gonna check it out anyway. So the 70% I've checked out so far is it's real.
Huh.
So if that's just getting me to the 30%, which I'm really interested in. And if I get that 30% down, which I can't really say anything right now, if I get that and that's real too, like the 70% is, at first I thought it was all fake, but 70% is real. So I I'm confident that the last 30% is probably real. It will go way beyond the firearms community.
Well,
It will-
man, what a way to end a show. Now we got to wait to see what all that is.
yeah, it's not gonna be fast. I will say that because
Well, keep me posted on that, would you? I'd like to hear more.
if the last 30% is true, like the that I've been able to verify the first 70%, you will hear about it everywhere.
Hmm.
So
I
yeah.
don't know how to respond other than I'm looking forward to it. That'll be great. Good for you.
So look forward in about 2-3 months.
All right. Good.
I know it's a long wait, but I really can't say anything right now. Mostly because I don't want them to know what's coming,
Yeah.
what exactly I'm looking for. Are you going to be at the outdoor show in Pennsylvania next week?
I am not. No, I am not. Unfortunately, we had to sign up. You have to sign up for a booth like that a year in advance, and we were just slow on the uptake and didn't get in.
Yeah. Are you going to be at Gunathon? I'll
I'd
send you
never,
information
I'd
on that.
never heard of Gunathon until tonight, actually. So
Okay.
no.
It's the big GOA show.
Yeah.
I'll send you information on it.
Okay.
If
Yeah. I'd like to. That's in April. You mentioned earlier, right?
April 25th. Yeah, I'll send you some information.
Yeah.
I'll hook you up.
That'd be great.
You'll be able to show you guns and also have people. You get range. You have a private range. You have time slots in a private range. We have 35 ranges. It's all indoor, so if it rains, it's fine. But it's attached to a convention center, which
Hmm.
is very unusual.
Yeah.
But they hold MMA fights and boxing matches and stuff in this big sports arena type thing. It's
Gotcha.
connected to the gun range. It's an interesting place. It's Silver Eagle Group. Eventually, what they want to do is, I don't know. They have all this warehouse space, and they want to set up all these like like shoot houses and stuff in there. But they haven't done that yet, and we have all that space too. So the amount of space we have enough space to fit a few thousand people in there.
Oh, good. All
And
right.
then we have Second Amendment speakers as well.
Yeah, send me some info. Yeah, I'd love to see that.
I'll get over to Kaylee at GOA. She can get the info.
Okay, that'd be great. Well, is
But
it on the GOA website? I'll just look it up.
there's a gunathon.com that's being redesigned right now, but gunathon.com is right there. You got a lot of big name YouTube stars. Uh, Eric Blanford from Iraq Vet 888. Tim Harmston from Military Arms Channel, American Gun Chick. You have Hank Strange. Uh, you have tons of different. You have Jason David Frank, the Power Ranger. Uh,
You got
there's going to be some, I think, some senators there, some congressmen. So it's going to be a pretty big event. Pretty
good.
nice. But I'll let you get out of here so you can get some sleep. I got to file this FOIA request, which.
Well, yeah, and I've got 5% battery left, so it's about to sign me off anyway.
All right, Gary. Thank you for so much coming on. Usually we only do an hour, and we did close to 2.
Yeah, we did. I appreciate it. I enjoyed every minute, and thanks for everybody for tuning in too. We appreciate it, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Oh yeah, it'll be a lot of fun to max up. And how do they get the 5% discount? Virginia.
We have it set up for Virginia residents, VCDL5, I think it is, right?
I don't know.
Design your own gun online, and I think it's VCDL or VCDL5. I'm having a brain dump right now, but you'll get a 5% discount on a gun, and we'll also donate another 5% to VCDL.
Awesome. That rocks. All right, Gary. I will talk to you later, and look out for that article, and look out for my article tomorrow.
You got it. Thanks,
the fake guy. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.
And that was Gary from Honor Defense. Great guy. Let me give my plugs out then. I am going to go file a FOIA request. Everyone needs to file at least one FOIA request in their life. It's you learn a lot, and you learn how to pester people. But if you want to support my work, you can go to patreon.com/John Crump. Everything is still free. If you don't like, comment, share, and I will appreciate it. Subscribe if you're not subscribed to my YouTube channel, John Crump 2. This is where most of the stuff gets broadcast at. I know we broadcast on Facebook and everything else, but there's some Second Amendment videos there. Like we just put one up of Eric Pratt speaking at the Fairfax board. A supervisor of Eric Pratt is the senior vice president of Gun Owners of America. We have a guy from for Jews for the Prohibition of the Second Amendment giving a speech on there as well. And there's a bunch of really cool stuff, and you can see all the previous live streams on there as well. And plus, like stuff from Lobby Day and stuff like that. I'm still in SHOT Show mode, but yep. So patreon.com/John Crump. It helped me with my traveling, so I can go cover stuff like Flash Bash out in Texas and Red October and stuff like that. So it's kind of cool. If you want to join GOA, you can join GOA, of course. GOA for 25% off. You go to gunowners.org/black-swan-media. Also, the patreon.com will, so the Patreon account they have set up at John Crump will support everything on Black Swan Media, which includes Trentor Chronicles and Liberty Report and all the other stuff I sponsor. And also, we'll go to the 2A Project, which is Army in America, one gun at a time. Once we get enough guns, we buy it for someone and give it to them. I think we're going to do a gun for dad soon, an AR for dad or something like that. I don't have super chat because my last channel got deleted by YouTube. Fascist. But you can do a super chat like donation at paypal.me/JohnCC, or you can go ahead and just crumpyss@gmail.com to PayPal me some stuff. It will go right back into uh, Second Amendment stuff. I don't make any profit on anything. Join the conversation at John Crump 2. Let's see. You want to learn about Second Amendment sanctuaries? Go to gunownersaction.org/SASO. Remember, Honor Defense supports VCDL, and I do too. Hold My Guns is a great organization that helps people. Gary, what's up, man? You're coming in at the very end. In a mental health organization, I'm on the mental health board there. You should really check them out. They're doing great work. They are a no compromise solution to red flag laws, which is great. And remember, if you need some coffee, defendercoffee.com. Great coffee, and also they fight for the Second Amendment. They are huge supporters of GOA, and they are part of the GOA partner program. And if you want to become a corporate partner with GOA, let me know. I'll get you hooked up with someone. And that is it. Gary Gizzard, what's up? And any of you YouTubers out there want to come to Gunathon, you can go to gunathon.com and get all the information there. Let's come out and party in Northern Virginia. I'll show you guys around. And I will see you later. Gizzard Gary, did you get, hold on. Gary, did you get this shot this year? Or did that not work? I emailed a bunch of people. I'm not sure what happened. Okay. I guess I'll find out later. But check out Armament and Axis. Check out Gifford Gary and everyone else out there who has a YouTube channel. And yeah, that's about it. I will be back on Friday. I don't think I'm doing a show tomorrow, but on Friday, I have the former leader of 3 Up VA, which is a patriot organization with 3,000 members that is fighting for rights in Virginia. Oh, you got the SHOT Show flu. That's right. Yeah, everyone gets the SHOT Show flu. I was talking to who was I talking to? I was talking to someone driving back to Arizona. They called me. I can't remember exactly who, but they're driving back to Arizona and they're like, "Yeah, I'm just trying to get there, get home because I got the flu." I'm like, dude, when I go to SHOT Show, I carry like freaking tons of hand sanitizer. Yeah, it's crazy. You probably went to too many parties. You went to the 511 party, I guess. Actually, I have pool parties, and stuff like that. But yeah, SHOT Show's fun. I didn't get to go this year. Too much stuff going on here, and there's some other stuff going on. But I will be back Friday with John Pruitt and Aaron Proctor, the former leader of 3Up VA and the current leader of 3Up VA, the largest pitchers organization in the country. And they're doing a lot of good work with Second Amendment sanctuaries and everything else in Virginia. And we're going to talk about that next week. I have some special guests on. Maybe very close to getting a celebrity on, like like a TV celebrity, but we'll see about that next week. All right, this is John. If you have any questions, you can always email me at john.crump@gunowners.org. And yeah, I've been to SHOT Show, Gary. For my work, I usually have to go to SHOT Show. Um, so I go on for AmmoLand. Uh, so my writing gig, because I guess that's where I'm more known for. Get to stay in the Venetian and everything. It's really nice. But yeah, I'll be there next year. I'll be at Clash Fest this year, NRA, the GOA show, Actually, I won't be in NRA. I'll be in Disney World at NRA. But no, I'll be at the GOA show and everything else. You guys should check out the GOA show, gunowners.org. And thank you very much. And I guess that's it. Have a lot of fun. And I'm going to roll out. If I can find my damn paper. Oh, there it goes. And I got to take away this comment. All right, here we go.
You've been watching Fireside Chats with John Crump, a Black Swan Media Group production. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Tune in every week for a conversation with the difference makers in the world.
NRAM sucks. Go to GOA. Gunowners.org. Go to gunathon.com. 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 Virginia. Come help us fight. Bye.